Mom's rule was good because it was enforceable. She would know for sure whether we followed the rule or we didn't follow the rule. Mom's rule was definable. We knew exactly what it was we needed to do. Needed to hang on my coat on the hook before she got home. It was reasonable. I was 9. I could reach the hook. I can do that. That's not unreasonable for a 4th grader to do. What Mom lacked was a consequence. So when she would come home, my jacket would be either hung on the hook or not hung on the hook. If it was not hung on the hook, there wasn't like a set punishment. What she normally would do, and anybody who's a parent in here knows, or anybody who was a child and had a parent knows, this is the normal reaction for Mom when she walks in the door. Coat's not hung up. It's, Jeffrey, get down the hall, hang up your coat! Right? It's just, get upset because the rule was broken. And she thought, I suppose, that by me coming down the hall and then putting my coat and saying I was sorry, that was following the rule. But was it following the rule? No, the rule was to hang up the coat when? Before she came home, and I didn't do that. So although the coat was now hung up, it's not like everything's great, although that's kind of how it was treated. She came home after a full day of work and was frustrated from reacting for my broken rule, but didn't really do anything to get me to follow the rule the next time. The other thing she would do, and I know she would do this, is she'd walk in, she'd see my coat on the floor, and decide it wasn't worth the aggravation. And what would she do? She'd hang it up herself. And so you said it out loud, you were thinking it, and I heard you nod. Okay, I heard you nod, that makes sense. Okay, I heard you nod. I can hear people nod from across the room. All right, so either way, the coat was hung up, which is what Mom wanted, right, Bruce? Mom wanted the coat hung up, it's now hung up. But in both situations, I didn't follow the rule. In both situations, the rule was not followed. And so Mom had done nothing to shape the behavior. She had done nothing to secure a promise from me that I was going to follow the rules. But one day Mom made a decision that she was going to give me a consequence for not hanging my coat up. What made this consequence very successful was that she didn't tell me that there was all of a sudden going to be a consequence. And as you guys know, anytime you don't normally give a consequence for something with your students, and then all of a sudden you do, you get a whole lot of what? All right, they get all kinds of upset with you, and that's why being consistent, which you'll notice is the top word on this list, is very important for successful students. If you always do the same thing every time, and they know what to expect, they're more likely to follow your rules and be more rule compliant. Mom surprised us. I woke up one morning and it's time for school, and I go looking for my coat and I can't find it, and I say, Mom, where's my coat? And she said, did you look in the closet? I looked in the closet, it wasn't there. So Mom's not in the closet. She's like, well, did you hang it up? I said, no, I guess I didn't. Well, where did you leave it? I think I left it on the floor. So I went and I looked on the floor. No jacket. Mom, I still can't find my coat. Did you check the freezer? She says. Let me give that another second to settle in there. She asked me if I checked the freezer. Now, why would I check the freezer? No smart person would put their coat in the freezer. It doesn't make any sense. And I appreciate you laughing about that, George. I think you can see where this is going. My mother, after her long day at work, took my coat, walked all the way down to the basement, and put it in the freezer. Now, we're talking January, February here. You guys remember January, February? Those days you go out and you start up your car, and it's like, and you're like, waiting for the car to warm up. That's what it was like walking to school that day. Here I am in my polyester coat. I had one coat. There was no other option. And I wore that cold coat walking to school. I'm glad you think that's funny, Debbie. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Gee, I'm walking to school in a cold coat. That's just terrific. Oh, thanks. Oh, you guys think that's funny too? Yeah, real funny. But guess what? That consequence sent a very clear message to me. That Mom cares, number one, to fulfill a consequence, even though it wasn't convenient. She had to walk all the way downstairs in that big 5-foot freezer to throw it in there. Okay? It was a lot of effort for her. But sometimes it does mean, if you want to have a consequence that's effective, you need effort.